All right, Mr. Larry, I'm getting ready to get out of here.
Okay, I'm going to do
All
live on
right.
Facebook. And I won't call you out, don't worry. To talk. Let's go call it
Thank you, darling. Thank you, darling. I'm not ready for that.
10 tips for
Yeah,
longevity.
but I will eventually, but I'm about to be driving, so I didn't want to be called out.
No.
Uh-huh.
No sense in that. I appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm streaming it onto Facebook.
Okay. I'm going to put my video off right now,
Okay, that's fine.
but I'll be listening.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
All right, let me
Hold
get out
on.
of the Facebook and get back on the Zoom. Let's see. Oh, I see we got a couple more on. Yay. Hey, Katie. Hey, Maria. Glad y'all made it.
Hey. I'm gonna be riding in the car, so I'll be without
Okay,
face
so
and
it's
without
Kimberly.
sound, but I'm excited to listen.
Okay, good. It looks like all of y'all are in the car. I love that. I love it. All right, guys. Well, we'll get started. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Angel Fault, the Fitness Angel. I'm outside because it is like the most perfect weather. I know it may look a little dark, but I am going to go through these 10 tips for longevity really quickly, really briefly, because I know everybody's in a hurry, and I appreciate you guys for being on. If you are watching on Facebook Live, please leave a comment or a question. Anything that you want more information on, let me know, because we have tons of free resources for you. So the reason this is so important to me is because, of course, I'm getting older. I'm a brain tumor survivor. The tumor's still actually there. It's just not growing, thank God. But my health is very important to me. And a lot of people ask me, how at your age are you still working out every day like you do? And you've got all this energy and you do so much. People think I do so much. And to me, I don't think I do that much, but I do a lot and I love life and I want to live life to the fullest. And I think that's God's plan for everybody, to have an abundant life, doing all the things you can do, you enjoy doing. And as we age, we should not feel like, we're trapped in aches and pains and sickness and having to take tons of medication. And, there are things we can do to prevent. And then things are going to happen. I know that. I live in the real world too. Bad things happen, even if you do it all right. But when you fuel your body well and you're getting all of these things done that I'm going to go over, you can fight off sickness. You will feel better. You'll be happier, more joyful, all these things, because all of this helps you have better gut health, better mindset, all of that. So I'm going to go straight to a visual that will help me kind of go through the steps here. These are 10 guidelines that I try to incorporate every day. So number one, more plant foods in our Juice Plus capsules every day. And guys, the reason for this is our body is under stress. Just breathing is stressful in a way. You start rusting away on the inside. Just imagine an apple. You cut the apple in half. You lay it out, it starts turning brown, right? But when you put the lemon juice on it, you're adding those antioxidants. It stays better longer. And that's kind of what we want to do. Plant foods are full of antioxidants and phytochemicals that keep your body healthy and younger and fight that rusting away, that, aging faster. It really slows down the aging process. If that's why when you see vegans or people who've been taking Juice Plus for a long, long time, they look younger. They look younger. And you don't have to be completely vegan, but if you eat mostly plants, even the I think it's the World Health Organization says your plate should be mostly plants. Mostly plants. If you go to myplate.gov, it shows you what your plate should look like at every meal. Mostly plants. So that's why we say to eat mostly plants. And then number two, drink 1 to 2 complete shakes daily. Our complete shakes have lots of fiber and phytonutrients, 15 different superfoods. So I usually drink one a day anyway. They're They taste delicious. They're low calorie. They're full of fiber and plant protein, which is so much better for you than any kind of whey or animal protein. And then number 3, drink plenty of water. It's recommended we drink half of our body weight in ounces every single day. So if you're not drinking enough water, your urine is probably yellow, and it should be mostly clear. And when you drink lots of water, it's going to help you have more energy, feel better, and it helps with your digestion. It helps everything move along, because if you're eating a lot of fiber and phytonutrients and you're not drinking the water, you will get constipated, and we don't want that to happen. And a lot of times as we age, you get dehydrated faster and you don't realize it. And it happened to my mother-in-law. She fell down in the middle of the night going to the bathroom, and she did not realize she was dehydrated. The doctor had to tell her. So now she's very intentional about keeping that water with her all the time. And then number 4, take 10 deep breaths and get 7 to 8 hours of sleep daily. A lot of people are stressed to the max. You're never slowing down. You're never going outside to take those 10 deep breaths. It calms you down. Every people on the planet, every different population on the planet is talking about this, how important it is to de-stress. Take those deep breaths. Take a minute to gather your thoughts. Don't always be going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. We need that white space in our calendars. And getting your sleep. While you're sleeping, your body is repairing DNA damage. Your body is healing. That's why when you get sick, you probably sleep a lot. You rest a lot. People in the hospital, they're sleeping, they're resting. It makes sense. And so we have a lot of tips in our shred group for this, because I think this is one of the biggest things people today are dealing with, especially Americans. We're always going. And then number 5, exercise most days. I like to exercise every day, but not super intense every day. I used to be like that. I used to think you had to go hard every day. Then I learned about the stress that was putting on my body, and it just makes sense, guys. If you're jumping around and pounding your knees, your back, your joints, they're going to feel it over time. And unfortunately, I taught high impact aerobics for years and years and years. So now I've learned to do more strength training. And when I do my cardio, which I still love cardio, I'm a cardio queen, I try to keep it low impact. It feels better on my body, and you can still max out your calories. After Zumba today, and I tried to keep it low impact and not do any jumping, I still had almost 8,000 steps in. So that is really fun. If you are a person who doesn't like to go to the gym, you can walk. And if you wear some kind of pedometer or some kind of tracker and get 10,000 steps a day, you'll see a big difference over time. And so those are the things.
All right, be back, Mr. Larry. I mean, you might be gone though.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were asking a question. No problem. No problem at all. And then the things to reduce or eliminate is caffeine and alcohol. Now, some people don't do any caffeine and don't do any alcohol ever. And they're probably the healthiest people, right? But if you're going to have it, have small amounts. And if you could reduce it over time and gradually get completely off, it will help you so much. A lot of times we think we have to have the caffeine to get going. But if we wake up and get outside and get sunlight in our eyes and start fueling our body with plants, we will have natural energy. So it's a good way to start working on it. That's why it says reduce or eliminate, because some of these things are hard to do 100%. And then alcohol, we know, is really poison. I mean, I think every medical professional agrees on that. So then we have eating after 6 p.m. Now, this is something that you will probably need to work towards. It's not something you could do fast overnight in, one day. But a lot of times we are mindlessly eating at night. That is when we are tired. We're trying to, calm down, might be watching a movie, and it's just easy to snack. But what I encourage my friends to do, and what I encourage myself to do, because I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely made a lot of progress and I'm getting better. But try to eat dinner around 5 p.m. and then immediately clean. It says participants can now see your application. Okay, I don't know what that means. I just got a notice. Hopefully I'll see everything. And somebody else is on. Welcome, guys. So if you can go ahead and clean the kitchen right after you eat, and then I like to say the kitchen's closed. You know, kitchen's closed, I'm turning out the lights and I'm not snacking. And another thing that helps me is to go ahead and brush and floss my teeth. And then I'm done. You know, it's kind of one of those things you have to stack your habits. When you want to start a new habit, find a habit you already have and then add the new habit right on top of that one. So it's almost like you brush your teeth every day, right? So if you want to keep your Juice Plus, buy your toothbrush and all that so you don't forget. Or if you have a smoothie every morning, like me, that's part of my workout. I work out, then I have my smoothie and take my capsules. I keep it all right there together, because a lot of times if you buy your Juice Plus or your shake mix and you stick it in the pantry, you're going to totally forget about it. So you got to stack these habits. So I love that after I eat and clean the kitchen, I am going to brush and floss my teeth and get out and turn the lights out of the kitchen. That just helps you with your digestion. So every time you eat and you're snacking at night, it's making your digestive system work, right? So it's working. So then you don't sleep as well. And then when you wake up, you may not be able to go to the bathroom right away. And it's so much better if you stop eating early. Your digestion can rest. It's not constantly working and stressing. And then when you wake up, you feel fabulous and you have a huge bowel movement. Okay. I'm talking about poop here. So it's getting with the circadian rhythm, and you feel better when you live in the circadian rhythm. And then of course we want to reduce and eliminate processed foods. And that too takes time. When I started, I thought I was doing these 10 guidelines so perfectly. And my daughter reminded me, Mom, you're eating popcorn with butter on it. And I was like, oh yeah. So we live and we learn, and the more we know, the better we get. So I'm trying to cut out anything that comes in a box. And that can definitely be a challenge for those that don't want to live in the kitchen and make everything homemade every single day. But if you plan ahead and you learn to meal prep, cook your foods, have your raw veggies sliced and ready, and you can even make your own hummus. All of these things, you could do that ahead of time so you don't feel in a hurry, in a rush, grabbing what is quick and easy out of a box. Because all of those processed foods, your body doesn't know what to do with them because they're not real food. So it's not absorbed as real food. And so therefore it usually turns to fat. You know, it's toxic, all of those things. So I know none of us are perfect. I like that it says reduce or eliminate. So hopefully we start reducing and eventually eliminate. And then what we definitely need to eliminate out of our diet, because it causes so much inflammation, are gluten and dairy, artificial and refined sugars. So I thought gluten was not an issue unless you had celiac disease. But when I talked to one of my former pastor's wife, she was on Dr. Oz as a guest because she had inflammation on her brain and it caused facial paralysis. And it took her many, many different doctors, many trips trying to figure it out. She finally found Dr. Perlmutter in Florida. And he told her to get off gluten and see what happens. And her facial nerve came back. And as a facial paralysis person over here, I'm a little bit jealous, but I'm really super happy for her because, and for all of us to learn what gluten does to the brain. It can cause inflammation and we don't even feel it. And that's often what happens. You don't feel it till it already has gotten so bad that you have other symptoms that is some kind of chronic illness. And usually inflammation is the first step to every chronic illness. And then of course, dairy. And a lot of people still do not understand this. but dairy's not your friend. And Dr. Odom's on here now, and he taught me that early on. And I remember switching to unsweetened almond milk. And it wasn't hard for me, but it was hard for my husband and my son. But you know, the cool thing is my daughter told me years before Dr. Odom to get off dairy. So I was like, okay, you're right, Lydia. So now that's what we do. And it just makes sense. Plants, we're not baby cows, right? So if you can do these things, and of course we all know artificial refined sugars, you know, you go to restaurants, most of them are getting rid of those little packs, little packets of Splenda and Sweet and Low. Most of those places, most restaurants have gotten rid of those things, but it's so much better if you can do without. Just learn to do without. And I know stevia is a plant, and if you have to have something, I think that's a good alternative. Monk fruit is another good alternative. But if you start gradually changing what you're eating and what you're putting in your body, it gets easier and easier because your taste buds change. So it's really cool. And the gut brain connection, it changes. And so I wanted to show you also the reason we add Juice Plus is because even if we eat a wide variety of fruits and vegetables every day, none of us are getting enough. And when you add Juice Plus to your diet, it's going to help you with so many things. And we have top universities and hospitals and researchers doing research to prove things like bioavailability. We know that vitamins are usually expensive urine. You're just peeing them out. They're not really getting in your blood, but we know Juice Plus gets in your blood, in your cells, and it goes to work. It improves your immune system and improves your antioxidant protection. You know, Dr. Odom taught me early on also about the sun. Did you know that your fruits and vegetables, that your Juice Plus offers protection from the sun? I think that is pretty cool. Inflammation, we're going to reduce that. We're going to improve our DNA, our nutrigenomics. Your DNA is not your destiny. If your parents all have cancer, that doesn't necessarily mean your body's going to do that, because what you eat, nutrigenomics, everything you put in your body makes an impact. So I love that we can actually turn good things on and bad things off in our body. And then cognitive function, if you want to be smarter, have better memory, reduce your risk to all disease like Alzheimer's and more. This is going to help in your skin health. And I know Katie's on here. She's an esthetician and does so much with, and you know, I always forget what it's called. It's a type of your massage. What is it called, Katie?
Reflexology.
Yes.
Can you
yes,
hear me?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, I hear you. Thank you. Yes. So I'm thinking your clients will love the way their skin is going to improve adding Juice Plus, because it makes your skin have more moisture. It makes it thicker and more circulation. And that means you're going to look younger. I love that. Then our gum health. We all know that our gums are very important for our heart and everything else in our body, circulatory system. So reduce that inflammation, help with the pocket death. When you go to the dentist, they're going to see improvements in that area. Cardiovascular health. I have so many friends who have gotten great results with their cholesterol, with their blood pressure by adding Juice Plus. Then lung function, even smokers will see improvement in their lungs. We have a study on that. And guys, all of these studies are on our website. So get with the person who invited you, and it's all there for you to read. Metabolic health. I clicked on that earlier, and I love that. Who wants better, improved blood pressure, blood sugar, abdominal fat, cholesterol, triglycerides, all of those things published in journals. So I love that we can see that. And then athletic performance. We know Juice Plus helps you have better performance. And we actually have a new protein powder, especially for athletes. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but gut health, omega-3 index, all of these things. So it just makes your life easier. And if you're someone who wants to up-level your health, no matter where you are, you can do that by adding Juice Plus. So all of these tips are great. And if you can only make one simple change, start with that one simple change. And then gradually over time, you'll make more and more and more simple changes. So I love that. But this, guys, I was going to talk about this a bit because I had been talking a lot on Facebook and Instagram about the compound effect. And Dr. Odom, you probably didn't know that I went for my annual checkup, and my blood work's always been in the healthy range, always good numbers, but it actually showed improvement. And I was like, why? Because Wade got it out and he was comparing it to my last year's. And we were like, why is it better in this, even better? And I thought, I haven't made any changes, but I've been taking Juice Plus every day since 2012. So 10 years and drinking these smoothies all the time. I love it. But I was thinking I hadn't made any changes, but I've added this one probably in the last year. This is our newer one for athletes. So every day after I work out, I add this, and I'm still doing these too. I mix it because I want they have different plants in them, and I want that diversity for my gut health. So I think maybe this could be what's giving me that little edge improvement. I'm not sure. Dr. Owen, what do you think? I don't think you're muted. Oh, I don't hear you though. Do y'all hear Dr. Odom? Are we frozen?
No, I'm not frozen. I don't hear Dr. Odom.
Okay. Dr. Odom, Kendra doesn't hear you either.
Well, it says I'm unmuted.
Here you are. Yeah, once you muted and unmuted, now I can hear you. Okay, good.
Okay, good. There are different degrees of healthy, or different degrees of your lab values being normal. And they can be extremely normal or extremely abnormal. And so the longer that you're consistently on the perfect diet, which is what we feel Juice Plus represents for the rest of us, is you just continue to improve. So your numbers should only get better, not worse.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool, but that's a testament to your consistency, literally.
Yeah, consistency is the key to success in every area of life, right? Your diet, your exercise, your managing stress, your work, everything you want to do is consistency. And so I love that. Does anybody have any questions? Because I just went through all of those 10 things really quickly. Katie, I think I saw you taking notes. All right, guys. Well, we have a 10-day, it's kind of like a challenge. It's really just a group that wants to help each other every month. And we try to do all of those 10 guidelines pretty strictly for 10 days. We call it the 10-day shred. So if anybody watching this wants to hop in, we start Monday. So if you want to get started, we probably need to get your order in today to make sure you are ready. And if you have questions about it, just reach out to the person who shared it with you. It's truly life-changing when you start doing all of these 10 steps, these 10 tips to healthy living. If you start applying them every day, you will see changes. You will see changes over time. And I'm a testimony to that. Does anybody want to share their own personal experience doing the shred or living the shred lifestyle? Because once you do it for 10 days, you'll want to keep on. It becomes a lifestyle. Y'all are quiet today. I know Maria's driving. Kimberly's driving. All right. Well, if anybody wants to get started, just reach out to the person who invited you. We will help you. I have a private Facebook group called Healthy for Life Shred, and we have tons of meal plans. Yes, Dr. Odom.
I didn't want to talk about me and my experience with the shred, though I love it. But I did want to say this is not something that you try. This is something that you do. And I've had people say, I'll ask them if they're shredding, and their answer is, I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's like It's like somebody telling me that they're going to try to get healthy. Well,
Right.
there is a roadmap. There's a formula. If you follow the formula, and you just beautifully explained it, the 10 steps, the 10 tips. If you'll do those things, it is amazing how universally it happens for everybody if they'll do it.
Mhm.
But you can't say, okay, I'll try to eat most of my meals before 6 o'clock, or I'll try not to eat after 8 o'clock or whatever.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, you have to make a decision and plan ahead.
that's the answer. Decide.
Absolutely.
Good for you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I wanted to. I thought about sharing something briefly.
Yeah, go ahead, Kendra.
Because so I had my friend Tasha that was doing the Juice Plus with me, and she's in her 40s. She's always been petite, really petite, and she'd always try to gain weight her whole life.
Right.
And when she started Juice Plus, it was the cutest thing because she celebrated what most of us do not celebrate. But when she started Juice Plus, she noticed because she was getting her nutrients and her food groups, she started to pick up healthy weight. Like she was never able to gain weight. She tried protein shakes and whey and all kind of different things. But once she started eating those whole vegetables and fruits and berries and omegas, she started gaining weight. And healthy meaning like she didn't go overboard with it. Her body didn't. And
Right.
she's been able to maintain it, and she's been on it for a while. She just dropped off the last several months, but she's planning to get back on because she said she liked the benefits of doing getting healthy weight gain,
Good.
healthy muscle mass. And then she said she could feel a difference in energy, and her bowel system begin to regulate itself differently. So I just felt led to share that, if anyone
Yeah, I
listening or
love
maybe
it.
knows someone who is looking for healthier options for gaining weight, Juice Plus helped her do that.
Yeah, and that reminds me, Kendra, I had someone doing the shred and she said, I'm losing too much weight. How can I stop? Because she was already kind of underweight and fighting some health battles herself. And I said, add avocados, add nuts, add flaxseed. When you add
adding
all of
protein
those,
shakes, the protein
yes,
shakes are good to help
yes,
to maintain healthy weight, to keep you from shedding more. Because when Tasha would do fasting, she would know that she would lose weight. So she had to alter, like even doing with spiritual fasting in order to still participate in the fast, but do something to maintain her weight. But yeah, those protein shakes help well to do that too. And she may want to cut down the shred period. We do it for 10 days. If you have, I know a nutritionist, if you have weight loss issues where you're a little too small, then just try doing it for 3 days. Just long as you're giving your body time to rest each month, to purge and cleanse itself, that's what the benefit is really good for.
Right, absolutely. And I like the word homeostasis. Dr. Odom has talked about that. He just hopped off. But homeostasis is when your body gets in balance. And when you get your gut healthy, your body gets in balance. Most people lose weight on it, but if you're underweight and you need to gain weight, this is not a weight thing. It's not a weight issue. It really is about cutting out the crap out of your diet and finding that healthy you, the healthy version of you. So I love that. Anybody else want to add anything? All right. All right, ladies. Thank y'all for being on. And I did record this, so it's I'm going to put it on my YouTube, and then I did stream it on Facebook. So if you want to share it, feel free. And if you have any questions, just reach out. Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.